Alright, so the first thing that we do when you bring your firearm to us is we're going to field strip it. We're going to break it down to a cleaning field strip, and then we're going to spray one of our cleaners on it. This is our main cleaner. It's a heavy duty cleaner, degreaser, and it will basically strip your whole gun down. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically pre-wash it. Take the toothbrush, just do the whole thing basically, and then we use hot water to rinse. So we cut it on and we rinse it. Now do understand this is just a pre-wash. So then I'm going to take the other portion, and you can see right in here where this one's pretty dirty, so we're going to spray it down real good down inside. Again, we're going to take the toothbrush, we're going to scrub it. I'm not as worried about the outside as I am the inside. The outside will get in the ultrasonic. The inside will as well, but this is just a pre-scrub, getting all the hard dirt and stuff loose. Alright, make sure it's good hot water, and we're just going to rinse it off basically. You can see how clean that came just by doing that. And that's our pre-clean, our first step of pre-cleaning your firearm. Alright, the next step to cleaning your firearm after we've pre-washed in the sink, we're going to take the Hops number 9. We're going to take, of course, your caliber specific brush down the barrel, and I do use nylon. I don't use brass, I use nylon. We're going to dip it. We're going to send it in. I use an aluminum rod typically. Either aluminum or brass. I do like the aluminum rods though. And I do this 3 times. Alright, so we got that good in 3 times. We're going to close this up. Now I'm not worried about really cleaning out the barrel at this point in time, because the next step we're going to do is we're going to send it down in the ultrasonic. I'm just going to get that little bit of excess bore solvent out of there. In fact, off camera I'm going to take a air nozzle, and then I'm going to blow it down in the barrel to get some of that out. But I'm going to do that off camera because it is loud. The next step in the process is we've cleaned it in the sink, then we clean your barrel. I've got your firearm, I'm going to put it in the basket. Every part of your firearm is going to go in this basket except your magazine, of course. Now, I'm going to open the ultrasonic cleaner, and we've got it ready to go. It's already heated up to temp. The temp on this one is 104 degrees. We're going to close it in. We're going to hit it for your 10 minutes. Our temp's at 104, and then we're going to hit on. Now we're going to let this go for 10 minutes in the ultrasonic, and then we're going to rinse it off and we're going to blow it dry. Ultrasonic is done, so we're going to pull the basket over here in the sink. This is pretty clean. If you can see that, there's really no dirt on it at all. Now what we do is we pull our hot water back on, give it a good spray wash, fan it in, good hot water. And basically we just rinse it. We're going to rinse the whole gun. Get it down in the firing pin well. Good hot water. I believe the hot water coming out of here is about 125 degrees. Alright, so that's clean. We'll hit it, we'll get enough down the barrel, and then we're going to fan it in, all down in there. Basically all we're doing is we're just washing all the gunk that just came out of it. and they would have been a lot of gunk after shooting. This is a 22, and if you know anything about it, 22 ammo is always dirty. I don't know any 22, even CCI 22 ammo isn't clean, not compared to a good centerfire cartridge. It's always dirty. And we're literally pulling everything off of it. All the oil, all the gunk. There's no oil left on this firearm. And I don't know if you can see from the camera how clean the firearm is, but you can just tell it is really, really clean, even down in there. Now, what I'm going to do now is I actually take some compressed air and I will blow all of this off. I will dry it off by compressed air, and then we're going to put it in the lubricating tank. We're going to ultrasonic lubricate it as well. I've blown it dry. I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty dry. It's dry down in there. All that's pretty dry. But now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the ultrasonic lubricating tank. This is a second tank. The other tank's over there. And you can tell, I don't know, this is blue. It's a blue lubricant. And basically what this lubricant does is it displaces all the water. Any traces of water that's left down in here. I mean, you can see a little drop here and there, but I know there are some water, or there is some water down in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the lubricant tank. It's at 104 degrees, and we're going to put it in there for 5 minutes. And what this will do is this will actually lubricate the entire gun. It's what they call a dry lubricant. They personally say that this is good enough to go shooting with it, but I don't stop there. I actually do lubricate the gun myself by hand. But I'm going to put it in here. We're going to send it in for 5 minutes at the 104 degrees. We'll just take our basket. Now this is a separate basket. It's not the same basket. This one's for the lubricating tank. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set our time, 5 minutes, ultrasonic setting, and away we go. And we'll come back, we'll pull it out, we'll let it drip dry for a second, and then we're going to air dry it, and then we're going to lubricate it. Now we've got the dry lube. It has ultrasonically crept in basically, and it dissipated any water that was inside of it, and it has coated everything on the inside, and I mean everything, the inside of your barrel, everything. It's got a little, it's what they call a dry coating. You can tell it's there, but it's not real super slippery. You can tell it's on everything. So it's a good coating on your spring and everything. But I don't stop there. I keep going. I use rig grease, and I use FMO 350 AW spray. It's a really good lubricant. I use this on all my guns. I don't have to use the Renaissance on this because it is coated with the dry lube, but what I'll take is a little bit of spray, and I'm going to take my little piece here. Now this this oil is made for the food grade industry, and it's made to creep down on parts, so it won't stay up in here. It'll be a real light film, and it will creep down into those parts down inside here. But that's about all I do with that one. Then I'm going to take right here, your little safety switch right here, just rub a little bit on top, and then I'm going to kind of work it on down in there. Then I'm going to take a little bit to spray under your extractor, and then I will take your extractor and I will work it back and forth to work it down in. I do not lubricate inside of your firing pin. I don't do any of that. You've got the dry lube on there anyway, so you don't need it at all. And if you're running your gun enough, you don't need the firing pin lubricated anyway. You could be like a dry line if you're cleaning your gun. And then I'm just going to take, and just like I do everything else, I grease. I like grease more than I like the oil, so I use a mixture of both because there's parts that the grease won't get to. Now you don't want to over grease. And I will take this and I will rub it down anywhere that I can see in here, especially the areas you know that there's contact, metal to metal contact. Now you can tell there's metal to metal contact here. That's going to get grease for sure. I'm going to pay extra special attention to make sure I've got a good coating on that. I put it everywhere, but those are places that I really look at, I really check out, and make sure they got coated. Now your grease and the lubricant, the oil, they can mix. That's fine. In fact, most of the or a lot of the manufacturers of the new lubricants, the new age lubricants, it's basically that viscosity of like a grease and oil mix anyway. That's what they've had a lot of good success with that. But I'm going to get down in here. I know that the slide operates on top of this, or metal to metal all in here. So I'm going to put some good grease. You don't want so much that it's going to be clogging up or dripping out, but a very light coating of grease and a light coating of oil is all you want. That's one of the reasons they say that dry lubricant's good enough. I like a little more. I've had really good success with a little more. I've put many rounds down range over the years. And this is what we do. If you bring your firearm to us, this is what all it includes every single time. We don't just do ultrasonic. We pre-clean, we ultrasonic clean, we rinse, we dry lubricate. We actually do a wet lubricant, your oil and your grease, and then we put it all back together, and it's good to go for you. And this is honestly probably the best cleaning and lubricating you'll ever get for your firearm. You're not going to find any better, I don't believe. And we do handguns only at this time. We don't do any long guns at this time, simply because I don't have the ultrasonic big enough. So we don't do those at this time. And basically what I'm going to do is we're going to go and I'm going to put this back together, and it will be ready to fire, and it's good, clean, and it's ready to go. And this is what we will do for your handgun. It will get the best cleaning it's ever had. We suggest doing this once every quarter. We suggest doing this when you buy a firearm to get the packing grease and stuff out of it. We suggest getting it this kind of clean, and then every quarter after that. And then a lot of you don't like cleaning firearms, so if you don't clean your own firearm, bring it to us. We'll clean it after every time you shoot it. So check us out at www.defensetraining.org for all your handgun cleaning. Thanks.